Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I want to talk with you today about the conversation swirling around the IRS and a potential relief payment by direct deposit. What is claimed, what is official, what is uncertain, and what matters for each of us. We live in times of high cost pressures, food, rent, utilities, all rising steadily, and when people hear the word relief payment, hope naturally rises. There have been online reports suggesting the IRS will deposit a one-time payment of $1,390, or in some versions $2,000, to eligible taxpayers in November 2025. Some articles specify eligibility thresholds: single filers under about $75,000 income, joint filers under about $150,000. But here is the vital point. The IRS has not officially announced such a payment. That means the idea remains a rumor or at best an unconfirmed claim. Why does this matter? Because for taxpayers, this means we must strike a balance. On one hand, if such a payment is real and you are eligible, this could be helpful. On the other hand, if you count on it and it never comes, you risk planning based on hope rather than fact. First, let's look at what people are hearing. The story goes, you will receive $1,390 by direct deposit from the IRS in early November. Bank accounts of those with valid direct deposit info on file will be credited. The logic offered is that this is part of a relief measure to offset inflation, cost of living burdens, and economic strain on families. But when we dig into the official sources, the IRS website, the Treasury Department, there is no clear program authorized or announced for a broad $1,390 payment. The IRS page makes clear that the economic impact payments of the pandemic are done. So what is going on? One possibility: some of the reference payments may be tied to the recovery rebate credit or unclaimed earlier stimulus credit amounts, rather than a brand new relief payment. Another, misinformation or viral rumors are being circulated, which fits with the IRS caution that texts, emails, and links promising guaranteed payments may be scams. So, what should you do? First, if you file your taxes, make sure your direct deposit info is up to date. The IRS emphasizes electronic refunds and payments as faster, safer, and more reliable. Even if this particular payment doesn't materialize, that step positions you well for any legitimate future payment. Second, maintain expectations based on credible official announcements. Visit irs.gov or treasury.gov for verified news. Avoid relying solely on social media posts claiming, "You'll get $2,000, or "deposit arriving this week." Many of those are inaccurate. Third, plan your budget accordingly. While hopeful news of a relief payment may lift spirits, it's prudent to budget as though no such payment is guaranteed. If one arrives, it's a bonus. Fourth, watch for scams. The IRS will never ask for your bank account details by email, text, or phone to unlock a payment. If you get such a contact, treat it with caution. Let's also consider the broader context. A direct deposit relief payment by the IRS, if real, would reflect a recognition that many Americans are challenged by rising costs, slower wage growth, and economic uncertainty. It would carry symbolic weight, showing the government acknowledging the burden and acting. But absent a formal announcement, it also shows how difficult it is for large federal initiatives to just appear. It takes legislative authority, budget allocation, and coordination. Without that, what circulates remains speculation. For the public, there's a message: stay informed, and don't let hope drive financial decisions without solid grounding. For the IRS and government agencies, the message is clear too: clarity and communication matter, especially in these times where digital misinformation travels fast. So, as you consider this topic, I ask you to keep a few themes in mind: eligibility, timeliness, verification, and realism. If the payment becomes real and you're eligible, it could be meaningful. But if it remains unissued, you'll still be better off because you avoided making promises to yourself or others that weren't grounded. In closing, we are all living in an era when cost pressures are very real. If a relief payment comes, let us use it wisely, not simply spend it thoughtlessly, but shore up savings, pay down higher interest debts, and strengthen our financial resilience. And if it does not come, let us remember that resilience also comes from sound planning, informed decision-making, and avoiding reliance on what may be wishful thinking. Thank you for your attention. May we all stay informed, stay grounded, and navigate these times with clarity and purpose.